This is a Headgum podcast.
In November of 2020, amidst the COVID lockdowns that seem at once so recent and so distant, and the presidential election campaign that feels similarly, James Corden, the TV host too insufferable for the Brits, welcomed a special guest to his Late Late Show via spotty Wi-Fi. Nancy Pelosi, the first woman Speaker of the House of Representatives. In the sort of wild miscalculation that only millionaire politicians seem capable of, Pelosi attempted to appear relatable by showcasing her stockpile of $12 a pint artisanal ice cream, artfully crammed into two separate $24,000 Sub-Zero brand freezers. The incident was ridiculed on both right-wing and left-wing media, as Pelosi was pilloried as self-parody of the out-of-touch rich liberal, the rare James Corden interaction where the person who got canceled was not James Corden. Nevertheless, she persisted. In subsequent interviews, Pelosi revealed that her frozen dairy collection was not for dessert, but to kick off her day. Her rigid meal regimen consists of chocolate ice cream for breakfast and a hot dog with mustard and relish for lunch. The association with a cloistered powerful was the second bit of negative press associated with Pelosi's favorite ice cream purveyor, the chain having endured a listeria scare a few years prior. Still, the creamery, founded in Columbus, Ohio in 2002 by chef Jeni has a loyal fandom across class and culture lines, and today has nearly 70 parlors across the country. Pelosi retired from House leadership with the beginning of the 118th Congress. But the Columbus-based creamery she gave an inadvertent viral marketing boost continues to thrive, with its scoop shops, nationwide shipping, and retail sales from freezers in grocery stores, not just in politicians' mansions. This week on Doughboys, Jeni's Splendid Ice Creams. Welcome to Doughboys, the podcast about chain restaurants. I'm Nick Weiger, along with my co-host, Deflady for Brady, the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell.
All right. That's some bullshit.
Matt from Michigan sent that in. Sorry, Spoon Man, couldn't resist with a new movie coming out / existing at all. Spoon Nation for life, roastspoonman@gmail.com.
First of all, he's a Michigan guy, and Brady is a Michigan. So, I mean, he's just making fun of his own. I mean, I don't know if he likes.
Didn't he go to Cal,
the Wolverines, too? He was a Michigan man.
Oh, he's a Michigan guy? Is he from NorCal? Is that the connection?
He went to Yeah, he's from NorCal. He went to Michigan.
Okay, that's what it is.
Wags, look, the cat's out of the bag, and also the cat's right next to me because I'm sick.
That's right.
I'm zooming in.
You're coming to us remotely from the Spoon Manor. You are sitting there in front of your many stairs, and I hope you feel better. I'm sorry you're going through it.
Well, here's the funny thing is that I meant to say up top that I just didn't feel like coming in. That was going to be my joke, but I forgot to say it.
Oh, that's funny. You can still do that, and we can just have Emma edit it in.
I didn't feel like coming in.
Mitch!
All right.
You piece of shit.
Wags, the cat's out of the bag. Then we
that's
transition into that.
Yeah, there we go. Then we go back to that. So Emma's got that note. She'll fix it.
Yeah,
And also, I have this little beta-ass sick voice, and my mic keeps auto-adjusting, making me go hot. I don't like that. But I filmed on Tuesday.
You've got a cold, and you keep going hot. Isn't that ironic?
Somebody call Alanis. Here's the thing, Mike. Back in the day, like...
It's like being hot when you got a cold.
She needs to update it.
She does need to update it, yeah.
She does need to update it. Is that not ironic? Because it can't be ironic to be in the song.
I think it still works. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's like winning the presidency when you got fewer votes. It's like, wait a minute. Denying the election? Huh. Okay.
Damn. It would be a huge hit. Bigger than the last one. But yes, I'm sick. I just did a thing where I try to clear my that was gross. I'm on camera. This is bad. But at least I don't have to be on fucking Fat Cam today. Where
I'm sitting here on Fat Cam.
Yeah, there's a camera fucking. You got gut cam fucking aimed right at your gut.
The Headgum Fat Cam. Headgum Studio exclusive. We enhance our host's obesity.
We are like the fattest people in Headgum Studio by like
it's
a
fucking
country
hunks.
mile.
It's a fucking network of hunks.
Everyone looks good. It's fucking it's bad news for us. But I filmed on Tuesday. I was so afraid of getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up the other day. I filmed Tuesday. Everything went great. Oh, everything went real great. Wags. Oh. And then I woke up yesterday sick as a dog. I'm sick.
Yeah. Sick as a dog, yet you own cats.
I own two. Another
ironic.
line for Alanis.
Yeah.
I don't know why I started name weird. Alanis. Another line for Alanis.
There you
Alanis?
go. Yeah.
Alanis Morissette. Yeah, no, feel like shit. And you know what? Here's the thing. I was afraid. I think that you and I both have this issue with each other. But I think it's different levels for both of us. I was afraid to not come in because I thought you would be mad.
No, of course not.
Like, I just thought you'd be mad. But
why
then
would I
also
be mad at that?
So, because I just because you got to come in, and I just thought you would be like, Mitch isn't coming in, fucking lazy Mitch or some bullshit.
That is a better angle though. Can we just like get rid? Hey Emma, can we just get rid of all the sick stuff and just run with that?
Yeah, sure.
Mitch's fucking lazy ass didn't want to come 10 minutes across town to the studio. Meanwhile, I'm coming over from the west side.
You better not edit that. I'll be so fucking just hear
I
bullshit
told you, I've
from
never
people.
edited a thing in my life.
Thank you, Emma. But last night you were saying I was mad, and I want to discuss why quickly. We got to introduce our guest,
but yeah.
But last night we were going to start a thing where we had our guests come in and sit, and then it does feel bad when they're just sitting there.
Both ways are bad.
I'm just waving to our guest.
I feel great. I love sitting. It rocks.
All right, great.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. Thank you. Thank you, guests. We won't say who it is yet. But Wags, last night I was saying we got into an argument, a fun argument. I mean, I was starting it to be a little devil.
I did stay. I stayed up like an hour past my bedtime because I was so.
It was fun. The argument
was kind of fun.
But you were saying I'm mad. You're saying I'm livid. This is the thing you do a lot. But it's different for you because you don't care. You're just trying to rile me up more and say that I'm mad. But I was saying
you were mad.
I was not mad. I asked the Deli Boys. I was having fun. I asked the Deli Boys and you on a text chain and Joe Saunders. I said, by default, does matzo ball soup come with chicken in it?
Yes.
And the Deli Boys gave kind of like a wishy-washy answer. They're like, it should come with chicken in it. And I'm like, well, that doesn't mean by default does it come with it in it. And so I took the poll online, and everyone is saying no. It's like 70% no.
Here's the issue.
You still say I'm wrong.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're mad, which is a different thing.
No, I'm not. I'm not mad. Emma's
mad.
going to weigh in.
Go on, Emma.
I would have said no. I always thought it was like chicken and veggies and stuff, and it was like extra, and that's just how that place does it. But I thought like matzo ball soup is like broth and matzo balls.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
The reason
I could be wrong. I'm not Jewish, so
we can get we can get our guest perspective.
Well, that was
in a second,
part
but
of it.
Yeah, what Emma just volunteered, I think, was part of the Deli Boys argument. Is they were both like, we both think it should cut. I don't think they were as wishy-washy as you're suggesting. I think they were just saying. I think they were both said that chicken should come in it, and then you took a poll because you're not actually. And this is the crux of my argument. This is one of those things where you're not actually looking for input. You're looking for backup. Like, because you already have your bias coming in. And so you just want people to tell you that you're right. And when they're both like, I don't think so, I actually disagree, then you're like, well, now I have to go to another source to say that they're wrong.
Yeah, that's funny. It's fun. It's funny that the Deli Boys, the one thing they do is talk about Jewish food and deli food.
Yeah.
And they fucking blew this one. They blew it. I think they blew it.
Maybe I just prefer it without chicken. I don't know if I'm thinking about all the times I've gotten matzo ball soup. It's kind of 50-50 whether there's chicken in it.
I was saying by default, Susser tried to be like Jigsaw and
He pulled
catch me in a couple.
He put a prestige on you, actually. I think he got you pretty good because he sent you a link to a deli and had you go through their menu and then find the description of their only matzo ball soup, and it has with chicken. He says, "I rest my case."
Yes,
he got you pretty good.
That also in the description said with chicken and carrots. Anyways, look, we'll let listeners.
Yeah, that's
decide.
how it comes.
That was his
argument.
But it's it had to tell you it comes with. But a lot of places it doesn't come that way. If you just order matzo ball soup, you got to order matzo ball soup with chicken. Look,
I don't really even have a dog in this fight. I just want the only thing I care about is that making it clear that you are mad, because
kind of ironic. You don't have. Oh shit! You don't. It would be ironic if you had a dog in real life, which you don't.
That's true. Yeah. No, I don't.
Never mind, Alanis.
Sorry, Alanis.
Alanis.
I think it's Alanis.
Wags, we got to play a drop and get our guest in here.
Yeah.
And also, I want to say that I hit the remote and my TV went on earlier, and I just want to let the world know that Zac Efron was like railing a lady as soon as my TV went on.
We discussed it before we started recording.
Yeah. It's that awkward moment is what
that awkward
what the
moment
show was.
That awkward moment. The writer-director went on to do that Nicolas Cage movie that just came out. The one where he plays himself.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. And Ghosted was his other big credit.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Craig Robinson is on Ghosted, right? And Adam
That's
Scott,
right.
is that one?
Yeah.
Maybe I saw one of them this week. Anyways, that's a little hint for what I was shooting.
Little tease.
Emma, let's hit him with a drop.
My neighbors have complained enough. They want me to install blinds.
We're looking through your windows singing
L-I-T-T-L-E-D-D-O-N-G. And I can put you in
Little dogs.
I can put you in
First class.
I've been at
L
roll up the
I
section of
T T L E D O N G.
and I can put you in
Little dogs.
I can put you in
Little dogs. Little dogs.
Okay, so
No, they are spelling gorgeous.
all right, so I just forgot about this one. We're playing Wags. We're playing the runners up.
Yes, this is all month long here
the
in February.
drop-off.
The drop off, which was our contest of people sending in their best drops. That was one of the runners up, and that was a good one.
Man, I just sound like shit, huh? Jesus Christ.
You sound fine.
This one's from Jared.
Hi, Jared.
The email just says, "Hi, drop." Were you nervous about which Jared this was when he sent it in? Hi, Drop King.
No, that's why I wanted it in.
Did Jared from Jewelers go on to start Jared? Did Jared from Subway go on to be Jared from the Jared Jewelers guy? Oh my God!
You're saying when they said he went to Jared? Did they go to like Jared Fogel's dorm room where he famously rented out pornography to his college classmates?
That's what I'm wondering. Yes, except I kind of butchered it. Kind of. Hi, Drop King. As requested, here are Wave and M4A versions of my drop submission, Little Dongs. I couldn't get an MP3 from my iPad. Thanks. That's
wow.
from Jared.
Thanks, Jared. Mitch just sneezed.
I'm like a comically sick guy. My nose is red. I'm sniffling.
Yeah.
I'm sneezing. All right, introduce our guest, Wags.
You're like one of the dwarfs.
Which one?
Cranky?
Grumpy. Yeah, Cranky?
I don't know, like a new one.
Cranky? One
Cranky.
of the seven dwarfs, Cranky?
Yeah.
The one that's always jacking off?
I didn't mean it like that, but works on that level too. We have a great guest with us today, long overdue, from Andi Mack, Murderville, and Shrinking on Apple TV, and the new podcast, Brewster High, which is available now. Lilan Bowden is here. Hi, Lilan.
Hi.
Thank you so much for making time for us and
Thank you
sitting
for
through all
being
that
here.
bullshit. Lilan, we talked about Tom Brady being from the Bay Area earlier, and my understanding is you also have roots in the Bay Area.
That's true. I didn't know Tom Brady was from the Bay.
He is, right? Am I wrong about that?
He's from California. I forget.
I thought he was from Northern. I thought he was from NorCal.
He is.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Why are you asking me things like this? I'll get in trouble if I don't know.
Should I look it up or?
We can look it up.
He's from San Mateo.
I'm looking it up.
San
Which
Mateo.
is where I'm from.
Hey!
Rochelle from San Mateo, our engineer in studio.
I did know that. Wait, is San Mateo, is that near where you grew up, Lilan?
Not really. I grew up like in the east. So I grew up in the East Bay, like close to Oakland, close to Berkeley, in a place called San Leandro, but no one really knows where San Leandro is except for Michelle. She's nodding her head.
Wow.
But yeah. I like the Bay. I still feel very Bay-ish, even though I've lived in LA for a long time.
Now, let me ask you this, because there's this, NorCal, SoCal divide, which I think is overblown, but it's fun to play into as someone who's from Southern California. And you've obviously been in SoCal for a while. Do you have any NorCal eats where you're like, when I go up to NorCal, they do this better than they do it down south?
Eats, like, I have no opinions on. It's weird because, like, I was in NorCal until I was 16, and then I went to college.
At 16?
I started and I just turned 17. I was like,
wow.
I was a little smarty.
You were a grade ahead?
You're a freaking Doogie Howser.
It's leveled out now, so I feel like I am the average, if not lower, intelligence for somebody my age. But yeah, no, my birthday lands on a time where you could either be younger or older, and then I skipped a grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was able to
was
start
that weird
college
when you got to college? Did you feel younger?
No, because like I had been younger. Like the only reality I knew was being younger than my peers. Like it honestly felt weird once I like got out of college and started like intermingling with like people. And then my cool age thing wasn't a thing anymore because I was just age. It didn't mean anything.
Yeah. You reach a certain threshold of adulthood and it stopped like, whatever.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
Why? Did you have like the opposite thing where you like were like always kind of an old dude?
No. First off, I'm 2 years older than you. Second of all,
what's funny is that I
have an August birthday, so I was actually young for my grade.
Oh, I was old for my grade.
Yeah.
I'm October.
Yeah.
And so I was like 18 my senior year in October of my senior year.
Yeah, I wasn't 18 until I started college.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go blow my nose.
Okay. Mitch is stepping away to blow his nose. Leaving his headphones on so he can hear us as this is going on.
Yeah,
so
don't talk shit.
So no like affiliation, no like fandom for like, there's this back home that I can't really get anywhere else. Nothing comes to mind.
None. I don't even know the streets that well because I wasn't really driving that much.
Interesting.
I mean, I could tell you all about the local like playgrounds.
There you go.
These playgrounds. The swim center, the Hayward Plunge. Memories. But like, yeah, all my like big like, yeah, the Bay does that right are like mostly playgrounds. And I don't even know the real names of those playgrounds because my dad would take me.
Yeah.
And so there are things in my mind like there's the Scary Bridge Park, and then there's like the Tambark Center, but I don't know the real names.
I'm still just a little bit like, but it was 16 when you went to college, not like 12. Like you were still going to playgrounds up until like age.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
But I mean, like, so in high school, I don't know if this is true, but there was a rumor.
Weiger's trying to get the thumbs up that it's okay to go to playgrounds when you're really old.
Let me get some cross streets here.
Like as far as food, like just my palate wasn't very refined.
Got it.
Like, I went to Castro Valley High, and again, I don't know if this rumor is true, but there was a rumor that we were in the Guinness Book of World Records for most fast food restaurants on one street.
Wow.
Castro Valley Boulevard. Again, do not know if that's true, but like there were a ton of fast food restaurants on Castro Valley Boulevard, so we could just at lunch we'd pile in the car and then we just drive down the boulevard and just like look and until someone was like KFC, or whatever, like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, everything was all there for us.
That's a great, like, even if that's not true, that's like a great high school rumor or whatever to have. It's the better version of, and I'm sure like every person who went to college knows this thing, but when you go to college, you're like, dude, we're like the drunkest college of them all, dude. Like people always do, like, are like, kids do that with high schools too. It's like, we have like the most underage drinking. Like they try to brag about that.
Oh,
sure.
That wasn't true about my college nor high school. Like, like definitively so. Definitively.
Well, you went to UC Irvine, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I went to UCLA, so also in the UC system.
Yeah.
But like I found it was a very studious, like you like it was not like a party school at all.
Nah.
It's fucking nerds.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would have been caught dead there, dude.
You're talking about LA or UCI?
I was talking about LA, but
see, okay, so imagine just more that.
Yeah, right.
And then it's UCI.
Right.
Yeah. Like it's so nerd. It's so nerd. In a great way, I guess.
That's good.
Like
Yeah.
I was a nerd. I was a little Doogie Howser. I was an old Doogie Howser.
So you moved down to Southern California, you entrench yourself here. Do you have any favorite, and you were talking about fast food, living on fast food lane earlier. Mm-hmm. Do you have any favorite fast food chains that you still fancy from your childhood or anything you've discovered in adulthood?
Oh my gosh, like no. I've like pretty much no.
No.
I've gotten all fast food just like I live in Los Angeles.
Right.
I can eat foods. I can eat Thai and sushi and brunch, like there's no like. It is disappointing if I'm on a road trip and the only thing is around for miles. That being said, I just hung out with my friend's kid. My friend used to babysit another. We know these people. So my friend used to babysit Eugene Cordero's kid.
Oh yeah,
and just had a great time hanging out with him and my bud. And we went to McDonald's because that's where he wanted to go. And the fish filet sandwich. That's
Filet-O-Fish. Yeah,
is it Filet-O-Fish?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, there's an O in there. That like was the one thing I'll still do.
Yeah, that's a good sando. Natalie, my lovely wife, will do that. And the Trump's favorite sandwich, fast food sandwich, he calls it the Fish Delight. He likes the Fish Delight from McDonald's.
He calls it the Fish Delight?
He gets it wrong, and he's just surrounded by enablers who are like, oh yeah, it's the Fish Delight, Mr. Trump.
I am devastated that the only fast food thing I will ever eat is Trump's favorite sandwich.
The guy's got good taste.
Yeah.
That was like
good ideas.
He doesn't. That's the problem. He
been
doesn't
good
have
for the
good
country.
Taste on anything.
We like him.
I guess. I think I'm just thinking of
he
his.
He tapes
McDonald's
his ties
taste.
to his body. That's strange.
I'll say this:
Fish
when the one thing we've talked about it on the podcast before, Wags, but when Trump bought fast food for all the college players and people tried to be like, that's disgraceful. It was like, no, that's like the coolest. That was great.
It's like the best thing he did.
It's the best thing he did. It is.
If you're like, you don't want, you ever get into like a catered event? It's like what the fucking food? Well, I get a big bowl of mesclun greens and like some couscous thing that someone made, and like some room temperature fish. Like they cook like 40 salmon fillets, and they're just sort of sitting there.
So these may have been room temperature too.
Yeah, it's true, but I'd rather
cold McDonald's.
I'd rather have fucking McNuggets or
a room temp Fish Delight.
Yeah, exactly. Give me one of those.
It should be called the Fish Delight now. Here's what I think, Lilan, and I wonder how you feel about it. I think that
the hell? What happened?
Irma just knocked Advil off the table. Good.
You gotta go take care of that?
No, it's fine. It's got a safety cap on.
Is the podcast giving her a headache?
Maybe she's trying to move it over towards me because she knows I'm sick.
Oh, that's sweet.
Good girl.
It's also freaky.
It is. That would be a little bit freaky.
That would be weird.
They know too much.
Eugene's son, by the way. Oh, Eugene and Trisha, who we love, friends of the pod. Great son, great name. Won't say it. Won't dox
Past
the
Doughboys
family.
guess.
Here's my thought about NorCal. The people, they love the burritos up there, and I wonder if you have a thought on Mission burritos, because
is that in San Francisco?
It's a San Fran thing.
They just call them Mission. Sorry, right? They just call them.
But that's the
burritos,
origin
right?
is the Mission District in San Francisco, the Mission style burrito.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think why? Because I don't know. I've had amazing burritos up in San Francisco, but I got to say, I think it goes to rank first, second, and third. I think it's San Diego is first, L.A. is second, and San Francisco is third.
Wow, just moving up the coast.
I think so. San Francisco maybe comes close to L.A., but there's some really damn good burritos in L.A. too. So, are you opinionated on this at all, Lilan?
Oh my goodness, no. Oh wow. There's no way I have ever formulated a memory of this city does burrito. I would have no idea. I just if it bean, cheese, lettuce, tomato. That's a burrito, I can't tell the difference between one made at home, one in a, it's just tasty. It's tasty food.
Wow.
And that's it. I'm so sad. This is why you haven't had me on.
No, this is great. This is good.
No, it's good.
I have no opinions about food.
well, you did mention
That's good.
Yeah.
We need sometimes we need people on the podcast who don't like food.
But you like food.
I like food.
You mentioned sushi, Thai food. You mentioned that the brunch options in LA. What's your favorite what's your favorite stuff to go out and eat?
So I grew up in a Taiwanese dominant household, and so my comfort foods are pretty much rice and noodles. I feel like a couple months ago, Nick, my fiance, had asked me, okay, hey, what do you want? You to decide. And I got too smiley, and he went, oh, please, not noodles. I've been ordering too many noodles. If it's up to me, it's gonna be a noodles.
Yeah.
And then rice is a second, So anything of the Asian noodle category. We're talking pad thai. We're talking pho. We're talking ramen. We're talking Singapore noodles. Anything that's a noodle that comes from that hemisphere is awesome.
Wow.
For me. Yeah.
Do you have a specific comfort food, a specific dish that makes you think of home? Specific noodle dish?
There's a great restaurant in Silver Lake called Pine and Crane.
Great spot.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all reviewed it yet, but that should have come in with that, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. I really, after I chose my choice, I was like, why didn't I do anything that I have I love what we chose, but just I didn't work there. I was inspired by Allie Ward's episode where it's something. I'm just choosing stuff out here. I don't know. Point is, Pine and Crane is a Taiwanese restaurant, and the first time I went there, I was like, oh, my mind was blown because I had never seen Taiwanese food served in an American restaurant. And I thought these were secret dishes. So there's a dish that they sell, which is a sweet sliced pork. And it comes, and you eat it with a slice of raw garlic, and you put it together in your chopsticks, and you dip it in soy sauce, and it's delicious.
Sounds great.
It's so good. And that's
not far from the Headgum Studios, Wags.
Pine and Crane.
Mm-hmm.
But is it a chain?
Oh,
you never had it before.
I haven't had
Pine
and Crane. No,
it's not a chain.
No,
it's not a chain. Yeah.
Damn, wish it was Pine and Chain.
Yeah.
Would have been eligible.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you say? I'm cooking with gas? What are you going to say?
No, I was saying you've never been more right. Wish it was Pine and Chain.
Not allowed in Biden's America, cooking with gas, by the way. Wasn't there something like that? Anyways.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Miles Teller was, what's his name? Zac Efron was dressed up in a rock out with your cock out outfit for Halloween. And
are you still watching the movie? Do you just have it on? Okay. Now I'm mad you didn't come into the studio. We're going to be watching a movie while we're doing the podcast.
Here's the thing. Here's the tricky thing. Is that back in my day, there was the cold and the flu. But now, it might be goddamn COVID-wise.
Might be
we
COVID,
don't know.
yeah.
That's what I was afraid of because I wanted to come in, and then if it was a thing where I had COVID the next day, I'd feel so bad that I gave Lilan COVID for this stupid fucking show.
I'd feel bad too.
Yeah, I
oh
think
my gosh,
she'd
I'm
be
so
upset.
excited you're at home.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good move. It was.
Isn't that just like a weird thing though, where it's just like back in my day, we got everyone sick. Like it's just
Right,
like,
yes.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like nice.
Oh, I agree with you. Yeah,
You know?
stay home if you're sick.
I'm with you.
Stay home. I mean, that's why, because I was like, I am so down for people staying home if they're sick, but I was just afraid that you'd be upset. I also don't have COVID because I've been sick for like 2 or 3 days and I'm testing negative. So, and it doesn't feel like COVID. It feels like I think I have a good old classic cold, Wags.
That's
It's just
a
what it
hard
is.
thing too. You know, like we think that our coworkers are going to be upset if we're like literally not suffering. You know, like
Right.
You know, like
No.
because I feel that way too, Mitch. You know, where I'm just like, oh my gosh, people think I'm such a loser because I'm sick and I can't do my thing. I always think that people think I'm lying, and so I always
Yeah, that's
like,
another.
yeah, like so I'm like, I'm really sick. You know, like and like I already sound sick. I don't have to do anything to my voice.
Yes.
You know, but I'm just like, oh, I better really just make sure that they know.
Mhm.
You know, like and really turn it on.
I think that's a thing from like grade school or something. Is like when you were. I remember. Wags, did you ever pretend? Did you ever try to fake being sick? Oh, you probably didn't, huh?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
God, I'm talking to the wrong guy. You never tried to pretend to be sick to get out of school?
I had perfect attendance for all of 5th grade.
Oh my God.
Until I fell on the playground, speaking of playgrounds, and got a concussion and missed a day of school. And it was like preschool playground. It was like before school started. And I got a concussion and like I got like docked for that day. I was fucking pissed off because I didn't get the perfect attendance award. But yeah,
Perfect attendance?
Yeah, I generally, I mean, looking back on it, it was insane because who gives a shit? Why did I ever try in school? But doesn't matter. Doesn't affect your adult life. But I like I would generally go. My big thing is I had childhood asthma, and so I missed a lot of school as a result of that. I would get like asthma attacks, and then I would have like a bronchial infection, and then I'd be out of school for like a week. So that happened to be. Fuck you, fucking nerd for having asthma. That was part of growing up in smoggy SoCal. Everyone like that was like I was part of a USC study to see like why so many people had asthma. And you know what? It was the fucking smog that we grew up inhaling.
It's really the smog.
The smog.
We should be calling a nerd.
Yeah.
Was the doctor like the results are in? He's a nerd.
And they pulled my underwear up over my head. I do. Okay, let's move the subject back to food because I have
Why? When you hit your head when you were in nursery school, is that why sometimes like you jump back to thinking you're a preschooler occasionally?
It was 5th grade, but yes, that is why sometimes I'm like, where I'm a little baby.
Thank you.
I want to go back to food real quick because first off, you're talking about Taiwanese food, and the big Taiwanese chain we've covered on the show is Din Tai Fung.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
love Din Tai Fung.
Wow, do you have a favorite dish there?
No. most boring guest of all time.
No,
You,
this is great.
you hate food. We found out you hate. We have a guest on. I think you hate food.
I mean, truly, I haven't been enough to like really like absorb. And I'm also so keyed up every time I get to go, which is weird because I am an adult.
Yeah.
And I could get to go anytime. I have the car, I have the means, I have the resources I could do. But like somehow I've been to Din Tai Fung like a total of 3 times ever. And it's just such like, it's like a Disneyland experience for me that I don't remember specific things. Like dishes are flying fast and furious, you know, like but you know, all the basic stuff that you can order at like dim sum places, you know, like the like the pork buns. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, the pork buns, the steamed dumplings, there's
you go.
the bok choy, like it's all just one big lump of happiness to me, Oh, there's so many delicious things. Oh my gosh, now I want to go to Din Tai Fung.
It's a hoot.
Lilan, just like when you're being sick, just lie to us. Just say, you can just lie to us.
First of all, that's the thing. I'm scared of people thinking I'm lying when I'm really sick. And I would never lie to you guys.
We appreciate that. We can tell too. I was a potato boy growing up, but man, I really do love rice now. I had a matzo ball soup, which did not have chicken in it, with and I added some rice to it, and it was really damn good. Wags. By default, it didn't come with chicken. But rice, and hey, Wags, you and I, we're sending nudes to each other all the time. Noodles. We'll send our noodle dishes.
That's true.
Why the hell not? When I text you at 3 a.m. and say, got any nudes? You'll send me over a plate of pasta.
You did one time send me over you sent me over a hog pick by accident, and I was like, oh, it's one very small noodle. And you're like, no, that was
a single macaroni with no cheese on it. I forgot. I remember that. I apologized. But noodles and Lilan, you can't go wrong with noodles and rice, honestly. And Pine and Crane is a great spot.
I gotta try it.
I don't know if there's any. Wags, you could have it tonight. Literally, it's like on your way home.
I guess I could.
Here's Wally. He was just here.
Mitch is lifting up Wally for our audio listeners.
Oh my gosh,
he's cute.
He's very cute.
He's a cute cat.
He's a handsome cat.
He is. He's a good guy. We're hanging out.
We gotta get into this week's chain. I do want to talk about that, but before we do that, I have one more question for you, Lilan. Maybe you could weigh in on this.
Yes.
So we're talking about sweet treats this week.
I hope I can. Yeah,
that's all right. If you don't have a perspective, that's fine. That's another data point.
Wait, the whole reason I brought that up before you
nudes.
Yes,
nudes versus rice. What will you say? What do you like better?
Noodles.
That's a fucking hard ass question.
It's a hard question. Well, also, I feel like there's a little betrayal in my answer because, as a child, I was eating rice 3 times a day. Rice was my main squeeze. Rice was the thing. And that's what you like. In Mandarin, the word for breakfast, lunch, dinner is just like morning rice, like afternoon rice, dinner rice. Like it's the same word.
That's awesome.
Meal is rice, and so it feels like I'm there's some type of I could never go back on rice, but
right.
I love noodles.
I'm a rice guy. Give me that rice, but I do like a noodle.
You're a rice guy too.
I think I like noodles. It depends. It's funny though because if I'm ordering usually any sort of Asian food, I usually want some sort of rice dish more than I care about a noodle dish.
You said you're a potato boy. Know. And what is rice but just many small potatoes?
Great point.
Just tiny.
Point.
A starch.
I'm just such a sucker. I'm
in
such
size.
A sucker for mashed potatoes. That's where my that's and a baked potato is good, but I love a mashed potato. Mashed potatoes I think is one of the. It's an all-timer side.
They're real fucking good.
Yeah.
I love it because you don't have to chew a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate chewing too much. It's so annoying. If all my food could be slurped, that'd be great.
Now you're talking Doughboys. This is right up our alley.
That's my perfect life. I don't do steak. It's just a bunch of but we're talking mashed potatoes, we're talking oatmeal, congee.
Oh yeah.
Just
the slurp foods.
And then you have the nutrients. Maybe I do hate food. What's wrong with me? What
this
the heck?
You're basically saying you want to be in a nursing home. It's what they feed people in a nursing home.
Right. I puree everything into a slurry.
I think I figured it out though, why? Because I'm thinking of I think especially with Asian food, I especially love rice. But then if you switch over to Italian, I of course want the noodles, and then any sort of I don't love what's the rice dish? Is that polenta? What is that? But like I don't
Risotto.
That's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't care as much about that.
But
at
I
all.
also love polenta, another non-chewable, delicious
Polenta's
thing.
great. I have a polenta loaf. I got a fucking polenta loaf from Bub and Grandma.
Wow.
Ah.
Shout out to Tyler and Rachel at the farmer's market who hooked me up. It's a fucking great loaf. I didn't think of having a polenta loaf, and I'm fucking having this thing for toast all the time. It's
I
delightful.
don't like you saying it's a great loaf over and over again. All right, let's move on to
It's a quality loaf.
let's move on to the sweet treat portion of the pod, Wags.
Yes. Okay. We should go to a break in 1 second, but before we do, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're talking about sweet treats, and we're talking about ice cream specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But this episode is, coming out in February, but we're still in the dealing with a long tail of, in anticipation of Christmas, Mitch and I went out on a limb and said we didn't think of Christmas as much of a cookie holiday, and we got a lot of blowback for that. So I'm curious your perspective. Do you consider Christmas a cookie holiday?
Oh my gosh, if Christmas is not the cookie holiday, what holiday is? I am sorry to turn on you like this, but some things are just
Yeah.
Pretty
clear.
opinionated about food now, huh?
the one opinion I have is just to say no.
Wow.
You're wrong. I mean, but seriously though, it's not Halloween. That's a candy holiday,
True.
obviously. Valentine's Day, I got you some cookies. What? No, you're giving them
Chocolate, yeah.
chocolates or whatever. Another candy
It's a
holiday.
pretty good
I guess,
breakdown.
and then it's a meal. There's also I think of like Italian restaurants, so like associated with Valentine's Day because your anniversary, whatever, I don't know, romance stuff.
Sure.
And then 4th of July, that's a cookie holiday. Are you kidding me? Come on.
I thought of it as something of a candidate just because I've seen cookies at 4th of July.
It's the Jell-O shot holiday.
Interesting.
Everyone
I like that.
knows 4th of
I
July.
think 4th of July
is the Jell-O shot
is the
holiday.
burger holiday. That's a burger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
grill. It's more of a grill holiday
It's
than
the
anything.
grill. We
See,
celebrate
I'm thinking
the
of just
grill.
foods. I'm thinking of foods you don't have to chew. that's where I'm at.
So Jell-O
for people
shots
just
like one of
listening,
your
I
top
do-
5 favorite foods.
Oh gosh, again, I'm just all about that slurp.
Well, look, we've got a very that kind of substance adjacent food to discuss with this week's chain.
You can slurp it.
You can slurp it. So we'll take a break and we'll come back and talk more Doughboys.
But Wags,
with Lilan Bowden. We'll be right back.
the trick is in the lick, my boy. That's a little tease for when we come back.
Fuck. Welcome back to Doughboys. We are here with Lilan Bowden discussing Jeni's Splendid Ice Creams, which was founded in 2002 in Columbus, Ohio by Jeni Britton. 66 parlors nationwide, as well as retail distribution of its pints, and had an infamous listeria outbreak in 2015, but thankfully that's in the rear view. Now, I do want to talk about Jeni's, but over the break,
What is it?
Lilan,
What was the outbreak? Sounds like
listeria.
is that where they live in Desperate Housewives?
No, that's wisteria.
Oh,
Wisteria Lane.
I got a Snapple. Oh, it's Listeria. I got a Snapple, Wags.
Yes.
I took it from set. I just haven't had a Snapple in a long time, and I'm realizing like there's probably no vitamin C in this. But a kiwi strawberry Snapple. Here's the thing: plastic bottle. How whack is
Hate
that?
that. I fucking hate the plastic bottle.
Give us the
Snapple.
fucking glass
Give us a
bottle,
fucking
you
glass.
fucking dicks. What the fuck?
Can we just talk about it real quick? Because
We're
you
fucking
brought up.
pissed off. Me and Wags are
I'm
pissed
fucking
off
pissed
right
off. Here, single-use plastic is one of those wasteful things imaginable, and it's been
Stupid.
so fucking standardized everywhere. And hey, President Brandon, instead of taking away our gas stoves, how about you fucking outlaw plastic bottles and make everyone use glass bottles or boxes for distribution? Eliminate some
fucking
single-use
agree.
plastic waste. But again, but that's a thing that hurts the corporations instead of the consumer. So it's a non-starter.
Well, who cares, Brandon?
Who
Do
fucking
something
cares,
about it.
Brandon? So, Lilan, over the break, we were talking about Costco, and maybe you don't have a lot of opinions.
Wait,
about...
is this what you were saying since we brought it up? Or were you about to say something different?
What are you talking about?
Because you were saying, and since you brought it up and then you didn't say what you were going to say, were you going to talk about Costco?
I don't remember. What was the
Or
content?
was it about Snapple?
Oh, since you have the Snapple, does it have the nutrition information on the back? You should be able to see.
Oh,
but I think what grinded my gears was the plastic bottle thing, because I used to love the glass bottle Snapples. I get that peach Snapple or the diet.
Yeah,
peach
you hit the
Snapple.
bottom of it and it does the little, you know what I mean? Like
a lot
the
of fun.
cap, it makes that little noise, so you know
click
it's fresh.
the cap.
Mm-hmm.
Total blast. What a hoot.
There is. This is very strange. There are. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's 240 calories for the bottle.
It's a lot.
But there's nothing about vitamin C. It says contains 5% juice. So my guess is that there has to be some vitamin C if it's 5% juice, right? There's
Sure.
gotta be a little. But it just has total fat, sodium, total carbs, total sugars, included added sugars, and protein. There's nothing about vitamin C. But look, it's the only thing I had in the fridge, so I'm drinking some of it.
5% juice sounds like the Naked Gun trilogy. It's about his screen time over the 3 movies.
You think 5%? I think he's more like probably like 25%.
I think he's like 25%. He's in a quarter of the runtime.
And he better be in the new ones. That's all I gotta say.
So Costco,
yeah. Yes. Well, we gotta talk about Costco.
We gotta talk about Jeni's, but
oh yeah, we gotta talk about Jeni's. But I just want to say that when we came back, I just changed the channel. It was No Country for Old Men is on.
Good movie.
And you know, Javier Bardem goes into like there's like the old guy and he flips the coin with the old guy.
Yeah.
It's like kind of perfectly the Doughboys dynamic, is you're the Javier Bardem and I'm like that old fool, the old man behind the counter. I think it kind of sums us up perfectly.
What, the old man? This is the one where he's like, what's your deal, mister? He's like kind of like a hayseed, and Javier Bardem's like, what's the most you've ever wagered on a flip of a coin?
Yes.
Okay,
and you're
got
like, it kind of is the Doughboys dynamic, I think, summed up. Anyway,
been described by psychologists as the most accurate depiction of a psychopath.
Really?
His character, Anton Chigurh, and that's who you're comparing me to.
I thought you meant Doughboys.
Okay. Lilan, Costco. You and your mom like to go to Costco.
Oh yeah,
that's a chain we've discussed at length. I'm a big Costco fan. I'm a Kirkland Signature enthusiast.
Oh my goodness,
I go all the time. You have some fandom for the Co.
Oh yeah, big childhood memories there. Yeah, I could tell you all about the Bay Area Costco's, and actually I can only tell you about one. That's okay. That we only went to one.
That's fine.
But yeah, no, like that's where all my school jackets came from. That's where. And also, like I said, like, I lived in a house with most of my Taiwanese relatives. And so you can get things in bulk.
Sure.
Oh my God. But the one thing, though, is that, like, you tire on the taste. Does this happen to you? You get it too much. And then I remember they sold a fruit snack called Fruitios. Do you remember this?
I don't remember Fruitios, but I have a similar story.
It's like a donut-shaped, like, fruit snack. And man, I loved Fruitios. And my mom was like, great, cool, let's stock up. And so even on trips where I couldn't go as a kid, she would just get like those giant bulk packs of Fruitios.
Yeah.
And then one day my taste buds were like, no more. I cannot do another Fruitio as long as I live. And my mom was so mad.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't even like Fruitios. No one in this house likes Fruitios except for you. And now we just have Fruitios. What are we supposed to do with these? I think they were called Fruitios. But like we're just like, and nothing to be done.
Yeah.
And so there's also like some trauma there too, where it's just like all my favorite foods eventually I soured on. Maybe that's why I don't want, we're going to figure this out today. Why don't I like food?
Well, I had a similar thing with Kern's fruit nectar. I don't know if either of you ever messed around with the nectar, but we got like a fucking 30-pack of Kern's fruit nectar, and I was in hog heaven as a little fat boy. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be drinking this nectar every day.
Yes.
And then like by like the 12th nectar, I was like, oh God, this is just so syrupy sweet. Because it's just like drinking the syrup in a can of peaches.
It just sounds insane.
Yeah.
After the 12th nectar, you were drinking fucking cans of nectar. That's hummingbird shit. That's insane. I never
It nourishes the gods.
Yeah, like isn't like nectar and nectar in my mind, this can't be true, but it's juice and honey combined.
I think it's like punishingly sweet. It's super sweet. Yeah.
It's like juice shouldn't be of a molasses texture.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You don't need to sweeten juice, really. I mean, fruit juices are usually so sweet anyways. It sounds like something I would love, honestly.
You'd love like
the
one
sweet stuff.
And then if you start having more, it's too much. It's ungapachka. Let's while we're talking sweets, let's get into Jeni's. So I went to the Venice location.
Wow.
And I will say this location, the service, they were super helpful. I get you sometimes at an ice cream parlor, it feels like they're kind of like trying to rush you through the queue. And this was one where I wasn't even asking for taste. And the person helping me was just like giving me taste. Like, try this one. This one's good. This is one of our seasonal flavors. I will say that we should acknowledge, Mitch, that on our alphabet draft episode of the Doughboys Double last year, we discussed some of the Jeni's flavors that we were shipped for some like fucking influencer reason. We had a few of those
on that one. I was very happy to get it. Oh, please always send it, Jeni's. I was very happy to get it, but
I'll just go through those flavors again. Everything bagel, brown butter almond brittle, coffee with cream and sugar, gooey butter cake, which I got to get on this visit, salty caramel, and Savannah buttermint, which was the surprise hit for me. Those were the half dozen flavors we got.
Which was the surprise hit? The
Savannah buttermint. Which I thought was going to be too minty, and I usually need a Choco counterpart for my mint, but this one actually was nicely balanced. You know, it actually did have chocolate flakes, so I think that's part of it.
I hadn't had too much experience with that gooey butter cake before we got those, and man, that gooey butter cake is good. And also, Wags, one of the flavors I also got. So.
I'm seeing actually, Mitch, because I have the invoice here. The one they shipped you was just butter cake. I think you made it gooey.
Piece of shit.
I like this. I like the flavors they sent us. This is not.
I didn't add my own goo to the butter cake.
The goo is you. The
goo ain't me.
The goo is you.
I'm really seeing that a No Country for Old Men dynamic play out here.
The goo is you. So we got the. All that said, that's just a preamble to reiterate that the Doughboys can't be bought. This is not branded content. This is not payola. We went in here with an open mind, and I'm ready to criticize this place if it needs critique. Although I said I had a pretty good experience. But Lilan, I'm curious about you. We sent you a few options. Jeni's was the one you settled on. Do you have past experience eating at Jeni's?
Oh yeah, I love Jen. I would never come on a rating show just to like drag something.
Wow.
I just can't do it. I just want to be here and spread the love.
Great.
I love Jeni's. I think it's awesome. I love all of their flavor. I like there's some that are just like and also I'm not a big sweets person. So like Jeni's like really does it for me. I do feel like there are some. I know I'm not an anything person. I know.
It's very funny because I thought you would be like, I like sweets, but still, no, you don't like sweets.
No.
It's going along with food.
I hate having fun. Don't do it. But like Jeni's is like I don't know what it is. There's something just like kind of. I don't know. I never was like a Thrifties ice cream girl, you know? Like there's something kind of like chalky about that brand for me. I know it's cool to like it because like, yeah, Thrifties. And then you show that like, I got my ice cream from Walgreens, you know, or whatever, you know, like, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I get to enjoy luxury now. And I feel like Jeni's is luxury ice cream.
A lot of those, no, I think that's a good point. Now, a lot of the ones like, you know, the more budget brands, which is what I grew up eating. And, you know, like I loved thrifty ice cream. I don't get it anymore because it's always an inconvenience when you're in there because there's no one working at the ice cream counter.
No one's ever working there.
Yeah.
And it's an inconvenience mostly for them.
For them, yes.
Yeah,
so like someone has to like walk over. It's like, I don't want to bother with that. But yeah, a lot of those have like added gums, I think is part, if you look at their ingredient list. And that's part of what offers that unpleasant texture.
Xanthan or something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for binding.
I gotta say this, Nancy Pelosi here. Irma's here too, by the way. So here's Irma.
Hi, Irma.
Irma. Oh, these
Irma's
are good
a
cats.
Cutie.
Great cats.
Nancy Pelosi didn't help with like her super nice fridge and all the Jeni's ice cream she had in it.
Oh yeah.
Brandon's friend Nancy. But I gotta say, I'm with you, Lilan. I think Jeni's is pretty damn good. And also, not only do I think it's pretty damn good, but there's other fancy ice cream shops that people are like, this is the one. And I've always kind of just defaulted to Jeni's. I think that Jeni's is maybe the best of all those spots. I think other places like, here's what I think it is. Tell me what you think of this breakdown, Wags.
Okay.
And Lilan. I think that it's like other places try to be too creative with their flavors, and you get things that are just kind of weirder. And Jeni's just kind of hits like classic tastes, but not like still creative, but like, like this is a like a gooey, like the gooey butter cake. It's like, oh, this tastes like some sort of ice cream that I've had before, but the flavors are all hitting. And then when I'm like, I don't really need an elderflower ice cream or whatever the fuck I'm gonna get from some of these other places. Salt and Straw I like, but the texture of Jeni's I've always thought is good. It's creamy. There's just a lot that I think it has going for it, but more so than anything, I just think it delivers the classic ice cream taste that some of these places try to go a little too wild.
I think your point about Salt and Straw is correct in terms of they're like almost like a little too experimental with their flavors. Like for Thanksgiving, they had a flavor that had like turkey in it. Like it is just like, I don't need turkey in my ice cream. They had a cotija flavor that had just like, cotija cheese and like corn. And I was just like, I get what you're trying to do here, but like I asked one of the employees, like, how is that? And they were like, it's fucking disgusting. It's like frozen vomit. And as a person who works there. And so they go a little like, I do think Salt and Straw has a lot of really good flavors. Like I really love their vegan mint chip. Look, it's fucking great.
I think Salt and Straw, I mean, a lot of these in McConnell's, I like them all right.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Jeni's got a lot of shit. And look, the wisteria outbreak. Did people die from it?
I don't think anyone died. No, it was just people got sick.
All right,
then
who gives a fucking shit? I'll get sick over Jeni's.
I got sick anyway.
I got a stomach ache just from eating ice cream always. But I'm like, look, give us the listeria. Who gives a shit?
Don't give us. Don't give us the listeria.
I can't co-sign that.
That became too much of a thing, and then also I think the Pelosi thing didn't help. That it was.
I don't know about this. Pelosi had a fridge that was filled with Jeni's, and people were like, "Boo!" Like what?
She had 2 Sub-Zero freezers that were like filled with Jeni's ice cream, and it was like, "This is how I'm getting through quarantine." It was one of those things that was just really tone deaf. Like this tone deaf rich person at the height of everyone's struggling economically.
Just freezing.
Yes,
all that ice cream.
Yeah. But I was going to say I think I generally agree with you, Mitch. I want to get Lilan's perspective. The one that I would say that's kind of in that tier, like that this higher end, fucking $10 and up per pint, $5 a scoop ice cream parlors that is kind of the, this boutique artisan ice cream parlor. The one I have a fandom for is a Sweet Rose Creamery, which is local only to LA. Yeah. So I don't think it's really in the conversation the same way as these other chains are. But I think that one does a really good job of having a great texture and not overly sweet ice creams.
And here's the deal. I've never been there.
it's good. I think
never
you like
been there either. Yeah.
But you have some fandom for Jeni's. Is your fandom for Jeni's specifically among creameries?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a brand loyal person.
Okay.
I think, but I'm a neighborhood loyal person, and it's in Los Feliz.
Got it.
Well, one is, and it's like, it makes me feel, and it's like, it's just so aptly located where it's like, I can be like strolling along the street, and then I drop off my mail at the mail plate, and then I get my ice cream, and that makes me feel like I'm like living in a fun version of Sesame Street that I've always wanted to live in, like
Main Street USA.
It's just.
What did you say? What USA?
Main Street USA.
Main Street. It's got a Main Street USA feeling, I could be walking my little dog. Can't bring the dog in, of course,
Sure.
But if I'm.
Don't they offer like little dog treats there too, though? They do, don't they?
I think, but you're not supposed to bring it in,
Oh yeah, I know.
Food place, but I think they do. Yeah. But my dog's very snooty, and she doesn't really accept anybody's dog treats.
Your dog doesn't like food either?
Dang. Dang, this is true. This is upsetting. We had to try like so many different kinds just to get her to eat this stupid dog.
Wow.
I know. Her name's Penny. She's a long-haired Dachshund. She's great.
Oh, that's cute.
Wow.
But also, yeah, like me in many ways. Very, very long. She's a long-bodied, food-hating.
Wally and Irma, they like food, but they like are very specific about. So that like, I leave out butter, hoping they'll like lick the butter, and they don't do it. But
Who? What?
Lilan,
What? Why?
Because I want them to be little sneaky cats that eat butter and stuff. I think it's cute.
They won't do it.
What?
They won't do it. They don't like to eat human food, and I want them to eat human food.
You want to like leave out a stick of butter,
Mhm.
and then you like hoping that they'll have some, so you could be like, Wally and Irma, did you
I'll
get
be
into
like,
the butter?
Wally and Irma, you shouldn't have done that. And
You're trying to
yeah.
make an adorable TikTok, and it's just not happening. They're turning their noses up at this butter.
Wow.
It would be nice. I would cut
I
off.
want them to be
Also,
sneaky
like, I
cats.
want them to be like, I want them to have like little treats that they like. And if a little lick of butter is, I'm sure a cat loves that, but they don't like it for whatever reason. Anyways, Lilan, I actually, this Jeni's is right near. Sorry, I got distracted because in Old Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem shoots a crow. I forgot that part of the movie. Anyways,
I forgot about that too.
Anyway,
Are you watching the TV edit, or are you watching on like pay cable?
oh, dude, I'm watching the Red Band, baby.
Wow.
Speaking of Main Street USA, was walking with our buddy Ben Axelrad, the Axeman.
The Axeman.
And we run into Lilan. I see
Wow.
Lilan.
So fun. Yeah.
Was
we're
this
neighborhood
recent?
buddies. What?
Was this recent?
Yeah. Not so
Yeah.
long ago. Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. And
Was
you
this
know what?
before? Was this before you were booked on the show?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
might have
yeah.
even talked about Doughboys, and then
We may have. Yeah.
yeah.
A Main Street bump in turns into a podcast gold.
So cool.
And then and we were right near. We weren't that far from Jeni's. Pretty close to both Lilan and I. Where it's
Where we live.
in the vicinity of where we live.
Well, don't dox your home location.
Well, we didn't. We said it's in the vicinity. It's fine.
Okay.
We're not saying how close we are to it.
I want
Yeah,
everyone to know. Come on over. I'm lovely.
People will like find the Jennies though, and then they'll just like trace the like size 13 footprints back to your home.
Size 14, thank you.
Sorry.
It doesn't make sense that I'm size 14. But anyway, I like that Jeni's too. Sometimes in the summertime, very crowded. But it's a nice local Jeni's. I like it. I hope it remains open. I think that it does pretty decent business. I went in there and everyone was masked, but I did try flavors. Now I feel like I'm going to get in trouble because I tried flavors while sick. I don't have COVID, but I tried flavors while sick. Should I just cut this out of the podcast?
Yeah, probably. I mean, ideally, you should have not done it, but
I tried a couple flavors. They dispose of the spoons.
You know, not enough people are coming clean with how many flavors they're trying while sick. You know, this is setting an example of honesty,
it's true.
integrity,
Thank you.
and just humanness. You know, we're all human out here, just
Yeah, we're imperfect.
eating ice cream.
Everyone was masked up,
in public.
including myself, just trying some flavors.
I think that's okay, because what are you supposed to do? You can
Yeah.
pull the mask down, have a fucking taste. It's fine.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It's just, yeah.
I also
Gum-
don't have
yeah.
COVID. I mean, I just have a cold. I have an old fashioned cold. That's
Yeah.
the issue. Is that now
You have a regular contagious illness, not COVID.
Anyways, I ate ice cream for the show, and also not a great thing to have when you're sick. I forgot. It's just
Yeah, I'm
kinda
sorry
like
about that.
milky. Look, I still was having a good time. I wanted to try Brambleberry Crisp. That's basically why I had to try that's why I had to, because I had to try it.
Oh, I got some Brambleberry Crisp. We'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah, same.
And let me tell you, it was Brambleberry Crisp is really good. And the guy talked me out of getting it.
What?
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 I was like, this is good. And then like I got 3 scoops. I'll get into should I get into what I had?
Yeah, please.
Was I had a waffle bowl.
I also got the waffle bowl.
Man, we are close, and maybe even closer than we might. We maybe almost would have been exact, but I got the waffle bowl and my first ice cream wags. Not the first one that was put in the bowl, but the one that I knew was going in.
Yeah.
Gooey butter cake.
I also got the gooey butter cake. Cream cheese ice cream layered with crumbles of vanilla cake and a swirl of caramel butterscotch sauce.
Oh, what is it? Say it again.
Cream cheese ice cream layered with crumbles of vanilla cake and a swirl of caramel butterscotch sauce.
Cream cheese ice. I didn't realize that it was cream cheese ice cream.
Yeah, now I've always snubbed gooey butter cake.
Yeah.
But now that I know it's cream cheese ice cream,
Good as hell.
I'll go there.
Oh
again.
man. Look, I didn't know how good gooey butter cake was, and it's Wags, I gotta say, I think it's an S tier ice cream. I think
it's a winner. It's a big time winner.
It's so good. It's so good. So I got myself the gooey butter cake, but the first one, and this is the other one, besides the brambleberry, this is another one that I tried because I had to try this one. And I went with this one. I got myself the blackout chocolate cake.
Mitch, I also got the blackout chocolate cake. A chocolate ice cream quadruple threat.
This
with
is
cake,
insane.
Extra bitter fudge and chocolate pieces. This was one that I was encouraged to try, and I was like, you know what? Give me that blackout chocolate cake. Because I'm not as much of a chocolate guy. I'm more of a fruit dessert guy. But I went with the blackout chocolate cake, and I don't regret it.
And you know what, Wags? I fucking blacked out.
Dude, like the Hangover?
I came to. I was on the roof of Jeni's. I tried. I blacked out. I was like, did I black out because it was so good? They're like, no, you clearly have COVID. Why are you in here tasting? Why are you in here licking little spoons? The blackout the blackout chocolate cake.
Yes.
Is so fucking good. Is that new? Damn, it's
It's a new seasonal flavor, yes, was my understanding.
Don't get rid of it. Jeni's, don't get rid of it. It's so good.
This is the thing. They graduate seasonal flavors, including their Brambleberry Crisp. That was at one point a seasonal flavor that's now year-round.
Man, because there was the cranberry crumble, too. There were the Brambleberry Crisp is the winner, though. Of all, it beats the cranberry crumble. It beats the goat cheese with red cherries, like all these, like, fruity flavor ones that I've tried.
Mm-hmm.
But usually when I go to Jeni's, this is what I usually do. I do a cone. I do the milkiest chocolate and the darkest chocolate. I do each of those in a cone.
Double
I'm a chocolate
chocolate?
man. I'm a chocoholic.
Yeah, you're a chocolate guy.
Oh, that's wild to me. You got to vary it up.
I concur. I'm a vanilla guy.
But look, that's my thought this day was I'll vary it up. So I get the gooey butter cake, which so good. I get that blackout chocolate cake. Last one, I'm like, fuck, this Brambleberry Crisp is so good. I should make it my third one. And then I was like, the salted peanut butter with chocolate flecks is good too. I said to the guy, I was like, what do you think? Should I get this one or that one? And he was like, dude, you gotta go peanut butter with chocolate flecks. He's like, he was saying that like it just made more sense as a sundae with like the three of them together. And he kind of talked me out of the Brambleberry Crisp, and now we would have had the same exact fucking order.
No, here's the thing, Mitch. We did have the same exact order because I did the same thing. I ended up getting salted peanut butter with chocolate flecks as my third flavor. Salted and roasted ground peanuts with grass-grazed milk and crunchy dark chocolate flecks.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding you. That was my Triforce of flavors.
Anything is possible.
Wow.
Rochelle in the studio looks genuinely astonished.
I can't believe it.
This is insane.
No, not planned. No.
That's
insane.
odds of that.
Yeah, because there's like 18 flavors you can choose from.
And you picked 3.
Yeah.
All in a waffle cone bowl.
Some fucking nerd out there, work out the math of that happening.
Man.
Yeah.
We could choose 3 among 18 options, and we happen to choose the same 3.
But
the
bowl, the container is also an additional option.
That's true. That's another one.
This is just absolutely astounding.
Wow.
This is incredible.
Wow.
Wags and I are going to have another similar taste tonight. The barrel of a gun in our mouth.
Oh my God. Michelle is really astonished.
I'm ready.
We did the 3 same. This is like
That's
too
wild.
fucked up, Wags. It's crazy. That's insane.
I think I'd rank them 1, 2, 3 in that order though. Gooey butter cake 1, salted peanut butter 2, and blackout chocolate cake 3. They were all good. I think the chocolate one it's just my personal taste is a little too chocolatey for me.
As a chocolate lover, Wags,
Mm-hmm.
I really loved that fucking. I really loved that blackout chocolate cake. Oh man, it was great. I mean, but the 3 of them together worked really well.
It was a great combo, really well balanced.
Sad not to have the Brambleberry Crisp, but whatever.
I did get the Brambleberry Crisp as a pint, and so I'll talk about that by pints in a second. But
The fuck?
by the way, Brambleberry Crisp sounds like a Banjo-Kazooie level, doesn't it? Got to collect all the notes.
I noticed that all the ladies on the stream have gone silent.
Yes, you have to collect all the Jinjos and Brambleberry Crisp. And of course, all the musical notes.
You guys don't
I
remember
know.
Jinjos from Banjo-Kazooie?
My eyes just like glazed. And just like my whole face went soft. Banjo-Kazooie. What it's called what?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Why is that familiar? What is it?
Well, they're Nintendo characters. They were developed by Rare, but one's a bear and
Glaze.
one is some sort of bird. The part of the running joke is we don't know what kind of bird it is, right?
All right, that'll
yeah,
be
I think
enough.
it's a
That'll
part
be
of
enough
it,
for
yeah.
me.
The bear has a backpack and the bird lives inside. And they can
Okay.
use their abilities to benefit each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rare bear.
All right.
The rare bear.
It's almost ironic.
Hmm.
No, not really. It just rhymes. It does seem like a Banjo-Kazooie level, which is, you know what? Credit to Banjo-Kazooie because
100%.
Brambleberry Crisp is a great name, and it would be a great Banjo-Kazooie level.
Be a fucking sick David Weiss soundtrack. It's fucking Brambleberry Crisp. Just have that in my
There'd be
YouTube
like
playlist.
giant pieces of fruit, maybe, but also like
Yeah.
a forest. It would be like a nice combo of things. Anyways, what are these pints you got? I fucked
Well,
up. I
I'll
should've
get to those.
gotten
We
pints.
gotta get Lilan's
Bullshit.
perspective on what you had. So Jenny, I called you Jenny.
Jenny.
I pointed at Lilan and called her Jenny because we're talking Jennies.
Yeah. I'll let's try it out.
Jenny,
I
what
could
did
be-
you get at Lilan's?
I love that. Well, I do love that. At Lilan's, what would I sell?
Various pastes.
No
Various
food, yeah.
unflavored pastes.
Delicious pastes, delicious noodly pastes.
A hook restaurant, just nothing on the plate.
I feel devastated. I didn't get the same. I feel Wouldn't that be so awesome?
That'd be amazing.
It would be
A
insane.
waffle cone ball, but like I don't see it ever happening.
Also, if you said
because-
you got the same thing, we just know that you would be. It just wouldn't be real.
Oh yeah, and you know how I hate people thinking I'm lying.
Yes, yeah.
I couldn't handle. But no, it just would have never happened because I'm glad I have this intel now on like the gooey butter cake because I've always I didn't know it was a cream cheese ice cream. That's interesting to me. Gooey butter cake, just like like it sounded too sweet to me, so I never got it. And then blackout chocolate,
It's sweet.
too chocolatey.
Yeah.
Like it scared me.
chocolatey.
These names scared me.
You're right. I
So-
mean, it is one is sweet and one the gooey butter cake is sweet. I think you'd be able to handle it, but it is sweet, and the blackout chocolate cake is very, very chocolatey. Yeah.
I mean, it's worth a try now
Yeah.
that we've got the same thing. But I did what I always do. I'm a creature of habit. We're talking almond brittle, but brown butter,
Yes.
almond
Brown
brittle,
butter almond brittle.
and brambleberry crisp.
Hell yeah.
Love it. And just on your regular cone, just a cone. I wasn't feeling up for a try scoop.
I'm
at
with
this
you.
point, but I do love a trio. I love that you can they'll give you an extra paper plate and you can take it home. And that's what you can do in this neighborhood. You can just take your ice cream and you can walk on home and be like, I got ice cream and it's not melted by the time you eat it. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
rules.
true. It's walkable. I drove. It's walkable, but I drove. Here's the thing, Lilan, is that here's what you miss out with this waffle bowl that Wags and I got. 0 licks. The trick is the lick, I said.
Yeah.
Wags and I are sitting there lickless.
It's true.
We're not getting a single lick in.
Oh, so I'm not missing out. You guys are missing.
We're missing out. Well,
We're missing out.
The
Okay.
thing is, I was like, it's going to be too cumbersome to have 3 scoops on a cone, which I'd normally go. I prefer the cone.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah,
I
that's
got to do bowl.
cartoonish.
One of those scoops has ended up on the floor. If that, that's what happens if I get 3 scoops.
Especially with you, yeah.
Especially with me. By the way, a recent episode, Marcus Ray, our guest, who's your fellow castmate on Brewster High.
Yes.
Marcus, Mitch, we were saying goodbye at the end of the day after we recorded.
Oh, man.
And Marcus was holding a drink, and I like handshaked and then hugged Marcus and bumped into his drink and spilled his drink on him.
Like all over him.
All
he
over him.
A 2-hour ride home.
Yeah.
You really are like the man of spills.
I spill a lot.
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
It is really crazy how much he spills.
Well, I got the
nerve-wracking.
I can't spill this one because I got a bottle cap on it, so we don't have to worry about that today.
If you were like in the room where they like turn the key to launch the nuclear strikes, I'd be genuinely worried that you'd manage to fucking spill something.
Weiger spilled his fucking espresso on the launch codes.
Fuck, there's fucking nectar in the fucking
the control panel.
You're quite the spiller. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. Lilan, what did you think of that? What did you think of that Brambleberry? Did Wags and I fuck up by not getting it as one of our 3 scoops, though Wags did get a pint of it?
Oven toasted oat streusel and a sweet tart Brambleberry jam layered throughout vanilla ice cream. I'm a big vanilla fan. Vanilla is a flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick did not fuck up. He got a pint of it.
It's true.
But Mitch, gosh, you went when you were sick. You didn't get the flavor. What happened, guy?
Just swiping the Doughboys card, buying fucking pints all day. I had no idea this was an option for us.
You could have done that. Why? I told you. I said
I'm gonna do it, dude.
I got you asked me because they do a sampler where you can get like 10, and I was like, that's too much. I can't have 10 scoops of ice cream in the parlor by myself. So I got the trio, but then I got some pints to have some more flavors in a store for later. And Natalie had some that she requested. So that was part of what. But yeah, you could have gotten pints. I told you I was getting pints.
Fuck you.
Well, now you're sitting so far back from the microphone. The microphone. You're like leaning back, so we can't really hear you.
I'm sick. I have to sit back occasionally. I'm gonna get some pints. I got one pint. I got the darkest chocolate pint. That's what I got, which I do like quite a bit. It's a great. If you're a dark chocolate lover, it's great. And you know what I do? I obnoxiously take one spoonful per night. Basically, that's what I eat it over the course of like 50 days of just doing like one spoonful or 2 a night.
That's incredible discipline to just.
I mean,
one spoon, you put it back.
I show discipline nowhere else. It is. I mean, like
it's the one.
It's just one of those things of like ice cream is so purely not good for you, and I love it. I'm like you, Wags. I would down a carton if not. So I just try to do a little bite or 2 at the end of the night. I'm
either like, because that's actually what I did a little bit last night. Is I had like basically 2 spoonfuls from all the pints that I had, and then I was just like I gotta stop there. I'll either do that, I'll either nibble, or I'll do the whole pint. I'll take an entire pint to the dome, and there's like no middle ground for me. So I have to really, really mitigate my consumption. But let's go back to the brown butter almond brittle. What that's one of your go-to flavors?
Oh yeah, I just love that combination. Yeah. Like you, Nick, I'm more of a vanilla person.
Oh yeah,
I think I've proven that with all my lack of taste.
Well, vanilla isn't plain. Vanilla isn't exotic bean.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like also vanilla gets such a bad rep.
Yes.
Vanilla is like a cool thing.
Vanilla rules.
Vanilla is a flavor.
Yes.
It's a very specific flavor. And like I saw a TikTok that said like the bean only grows 1 day of the year.
Wow.
And you have to harvest that's the day. Like isn't that? And it comes from like I don't know, like Madagascar or something. Like.
Is that true? That's wild. If that is,
let's go on TikTok.
Yeah.
Find this video. But
there is a Madagascar vanilla bean. I don't know if that's the only source of vanilla in the world, but yes, that is.
But like, and yeah, that's why like apparently vanilla prices fluctuate or whatever because it's not like there's just it's just all out everywhere. But vanilla is cool.
Hell yeah.
It's so cool. And so, yeah, so I try to, so those are kind of like my, and also I just feel like I don't dislike chocolate, but I just, a little goes a long way for me, so I just need like a tiny.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that, but I love like a little fruit, so like that Brambleberry Crisp like does it for me. And then I love like that little like salty, that almond brittle, you're like, oh my gosh, like that combination is just so great. I like some textures going on if I'm going to get luxury ice cream.
Yeah.
The luxe experience, why not if you can have like a little crunch and a little like smooth, that's where it's at for me.
I think to your texture point, I think the big thing that works for the Brambleberry Crisp flavor, aside from the jam, which is just so flavorful and not overly sweet, but just very, very, specifically berry, is that oat streusel is like not necessarily crunchy, it's just more crumbly. And the crumbliness is a really nice texture when you're going through bites of ice cream.
It's quite nice.
Delightful.
And again, like it because crunchy, you got to chew.
Yeah.
Crumble, melts in your mouth.
The other pints I got, I'll just speed through them real quick. Wildberry Lavender, which is akin to the Brambleberry Crisp, but more just like kind of pureed throughout. And it's also got some orange to it and some lavender, so it's a little citrusy. Honestly, it was dominantly citrus. This one was good, but I just preferred the Brambleberries take. Banana Cream Pudding, which is dairy-free and gluten-free and vegan, which is real bananas, ultra-rich coconut cream, and scratch-made vanilla wafers. And this one was delightful. I was like, if you're looking for a dairy-free version, I mean, this is the one thing I mentioned, Salt and Straw, and I think their dairy-free ice creams are really nice, but this was a really, really flavorful one that I would not know was dairy-free if I hadn't seen it on the label. And then also Wedding Cake, which is, again, vanilla cake with lemon, blackberries, and buttercream icing. This was nice. I think maybe just like kind of like a midpoint between the gooey butter cake and the Brambleberry Crisp, which both of those flavors I just prefer their version. But they're all good. Jeni's is good. I like Jeni's.
It's good.
I like Jeni's too, Wags.
But how much do we like Jeni's? We're gonna find out right after this break. We'll be back with more Doughboys. Welcome back to Doughboys, not Bowboys, like I accidentally said, throwing it to break. I feel like a real fucking idiot. We're here with Lilan Bowden discussing Jeni's Splendid, Jeni's Splendid ice creams. And over the break,
over the break, what? Go ahead.
I just say we had an engineer swap over the break.
Yes.
Rochelle, who was with us for the first 2/3 of the episode, exited, and like a relief pitcher, Jake is with us now. Hi, Jake.
Hello.
What's up, Jake?
How's it going?
That's the thing with
Jake's
with
the
Headgum.
closer.
We can't engineers have been like, we can't stay in an episode of Doughboys for too long. There's like a minimum.
There's like a wellness, like a mental health threshold. It's like someone whose job is to like one of those third-party providers who has to like moderate social media and then just watch a bunch of jihadist execution and animal torture videos all day long. At a certain point, they just mentally break and have to step away. That's what it's like to engineer Doughboys.
All that stuff is back with Elon's Twitter, though.
Yeah, now the job is to put that stuff on. Add more.
Were you waiting to go back from break? Because I was just like petting. I was petting and talking about Wally.
Yeah, you were petting your cat. You seemed very.
And then were you waiting for me? That's fun,
yes.
Very funny. That's insane. Anyway, Wags, we're back.
We're talking Jeni's, and it's time for our fork scores. So Lilan,
or our spoon scores.
That's still fork scores. So Lilan, here's how this works. We're each going to go around and give a summation of our thoughts on this particular chain, a closing argument, if you will, and then end that by giving it a score from 0 to 5 forks.
Okay.
And we start with our guest, which is you.
All right.
So your thoughts, your fork score.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The one I went to, the location can't be beat.
Wow.
The flavors are tasty. The staff is friendly. And they have dog treats that my dog snubs her nose at. They have everything, even if people and dogs don't want it. It is a 5 forks for me.
Wow.
Coming in hot. I love it. 5 forks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Spoon Man.
Wags, when I think of how to sum up Jeni's, my thought is splendid. Just like it's in the title of the damn restaurant. It is splendid. It's a splendid experience. The ice cream is splendid. I think that it's creamy. It's delicious. I think that the restaurant, I think that the parlor, the ice cream parlor now a weird word, because of the app, I guess. But the ice cream parlor itself is like clean and nice. And look, Wags, I'm gonna say it. Eat your heart out, Forrest Gump. I love Jeni more than you do. I love Jeni.
Wow.
I like Jeni as much as Forrest. What do you think of that, Wags?
Where does your fork score land then?
You know where it lands. 5 spoons, and I'm giving it the Lick Award.
The Lick Award.
It gets the Lick Award.
Wow.
Now, we've talked about this before. I'm a little licky boy. We said that back in the day.
Yeah.
And you know what? Jeni's really makes me a little licky boy. I as far as West Coast, you know, there's no replacement for Brigham's, especially because it's not. Brigham's is my East Coast favorite ice cream spot. I'm basically just telling Lilan this. The listener, people who listen to the podcast, I say it way too much. But Brigham's is gone now. And I guess that is my one criticism of it, is that, like, you can't do shakes and malts or whatever here. But like, what they're trying to do is they're trying to have good ice cream, and they really succeed at it. And you get a waffle bone. Well, you can for a dog. You get a waffle bowl, a waffle cone. You get your ice cream in there. It's, you know, there's not a lot of other stuff. They're just really going off the taste of the ice cream. That's what they're trying to do, and it really works. It's a creamy, delicious ice cream, interesting flavors that are different but still do the trick. They're not too crazy. 5 spoons, Wags. It's I know that people are tough on this place because of that outbreak that happened. No one died. We all got over it.
Yeah. It's
fine.
I didn't even know about it. I've been living in this neighborhood, you know, and then a friend, I told a friend, I'm doing the Doughboys podcast and I'm doing Jeni's, and she's like, oh, did you know about that outbreak? See, it didn't even make my news. And if it doesn't make my news,
but
it's not
maybe they meant the Doughboys outbreak.
Oh, now that I think about it, yeah, that's what she meant.
It might have been it.
That I started at Jeni's. But look, it's, and Lilan, you proved the point of, a lot of people remember it for that. A lot of people remember for Nancy Pelosi and her fucking fridge of fucking ice cream. But
yeah,
I think it's fucking great. I think it's
It's not Jeni's fault.
Restaurant.
Not Jeni's fault that Pelosi likes it.
Yeah,
it's not Jeni's fault.
Not Jeni's fault.
The fact that Jeni is real,
or freezers.
I hope that Jeni is nice, because the fact that she's real, I'm like, oh, Jeni is a real person. But Wags, I kind of want to go get that pint out of the fridge and taste some of it right now. I think, you know what? I think I might.
Hey, go ahead. Go for it. Go nuts.
5 spoons, a.k.a. 5 forks.
So it
Your
falls
turn,
to
Wags.
me, heavy as the head that wears the crown. This is the
Platinum plate is on
situation
the
where
line, Wags.
I am the gatekeeper. I am the one who's going to decide if this makes the Golden Plate Club or even the hallowed halls of the Platinum Plate Club.
Woo.
If it gets 5 forks all around.
Woo.
And what Mitch was saying about how, you know, you can't get shakes, you can't really even get a proper sundae here, I actually think is to its credit, because the narrowness of focus is what helps them succeed at what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think that Jeni's is, I don't know, I mean, like, of this category of creamery, they're doing it as well as anyone. And I think they've got some flavors that are just like fucking straight up just home runs. Just absolutely will connect with you. And depending on your palate, you know, it seems like they have a lot of different varietals that will fit whatever your tastes are for sweet treats. Service was great. I do like the aesthetic of their parlors, very pleasing. I do like that they haven't overexpanded, and I think the quality of their pints is still, you know, on par with what they have in store. So I was also going to say a Forrest Gump thing, but I had to audible because Mitch used it, which I did expect. So I'll go with my backup. Jeni, I like your flavor.
Wow.
8 scoops heaven. Ice cream tastes fine.
This was your backup?
Well, I mean, I'm coming up with it on the fly. 5 forks for Jeni's Splendid ice creams. Welcome to the Platinum Plate Club.
Platinum Plate Club.
Yeah.
And Wags, I mean, there's got to be some sort of new term for you and I ordering the exact same dish. There's got to be some sort of reward for that.
Well, wait, you give it a lick award, right?
Yeah.
I'm also giving it a lick award. Leland, do you want to give it a lick award?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
yeah.
3. So lick awards all around. Platinum Plate Club. It gets 3 lick awards.
Wait, what was going to be your Forrest Gump thing?
I don't. I was kind of riff it out. Probably just sort of be like something in a Forrest Gump voice talking about Jeni, you know.
That's fun.
I like your ice cream, whatever.
I didn't do the voice either. I did.
Well, that also is the voice problematic now?
That's a good question.
Because it is, you are doing an impression of a fictional character, but it's kind of a weird, trope. Anyway, I think it worked out. I think everything worked out great. I'm happy with what happened here. I'm happy that it's in the Platinum Plate Club. I'm happy that it got 3 lick awards. And I'm also going to say this, Mitch. Yeah, when we get the same order, we gotta come up with, because we have Ballpark Buds, we have Hand Holding Club, but this is a different sort of category.
Also, Forrest is MAGA now.
He was at January 6th.
Yeah. It was going to be in the sequel.
Yeah.
Oh
I agree, Wags.
What is it when we get this exact same thing? Taste buds?
Oh, taste buds.
We're taste buds.
Taste buds.
We're taste buds.
That's really good.
All right, we're taste buds. Hey, that was our review of Jeni's. Leland, I'm glad you liked it. As somebody who doesn't love food, I'm glad you had a place that you enjoyed.
Loved it.
You know what?
What a hoot.
No stupid joke here on the label. Just we make ice cream that tells stories of the people, places, and cultures that inspire us.
Wow.
Mm.
Well,
like
hey.
it.
All right.
While we're in Sweet Town, it's time for a segment. I've got a mystery pie, and Mitch and Leland must divine a series of clues to ID this pastry. It's another edition of Pie in This Guy.
Wow.
Hit it, Emma. I started singing, pie, pie, which one is in this guy? Baked a pastry that was tasty, but a mystery, which kind? And Leland and Mitch giving it their best try, guessing this'll be the type of this pie. This'll be the type of this pie. Okay. Should have gone up
Wags.
an octave. Yeah.
It's back, an in-person Pie in This Guy.
Yeah, this is the thing. You're not here, so we can't do the smell test. But we still have the Ask Emma lifeline. You know what? Here's what we can do for the smell test. We can have Jake smell the pie, and then Jake can say what he smells, and then you can use that for your clue.
That's really good. Sorry, Jake, that we're pulling you into this immediately.
Okay, great.
Where's the pie?
He's fucking pissed.
I've got it in my backpack.
Wags, I gotta say this. I opened up this Jeni's ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Wally comes over, interested. He wants to try it.
Well, give him some. Let him be a bad boy.
Oh, they could be sneaky little cats.
Be sneaky about the ice cream.
It's chocolate, and now I'm realizing.
Oh.
Yeah, I know dogs can't have chocolate. Is that a cat's thing too?
I think cats can't have it either. I think it's for both.
And cats have chocolate.
Yeah.
I never told you this before, Wags, but it is a fancy ice cream, and Wally and Irma, they are Nepo babies. I don't know if I ever told you that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Their mom and dad. Their dad is Grumpy Cat.
Oh, yeah.
And their mom is Sally Field.
So they just had it easy in show business. They were just like, oh, we're starting on third. But act like we hit a triple.
Yeah. So they're little Nepo babies.
That makes me like them less. But you know what? Hey, they're talented. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they got an advantage going in, but you have to have talent to sustain success. And
they've proved themselves.
They've proven themselves again and again.
Do you like Grumpy Cat and Sally Field as their parents?
I mean, if I didn't think about like conception, yeah. But if I just thought about it like in the abstract, yeah, no, that's disgusting.
I mean, but how can you not?
It's true.
So therefore, I don't like it.
Eating chocolate is less common in cats, but when it does happen, the toxicity is just as severe. This is according to PetMD.com. So keep your cats away from Choco.
Okay.
I gotta clean their bowl out from that the Choco kibble I gave them earlier today.
Oh boy. Here's how this works, Lilan. The
All right.
clues will go from more obscure to more obvious. So the first clue will be the most obscure. The fourth clue, the final clue, will hopefully just tell you exactly what it is.
Question.
Yes.
Is it a pastry or a pie?
It's a pie specifically.
Pie specifically.
We're specifically guessing a pie.
Very
you have
nice.
2 lifetimes.
Pie-street.
You have 2 lifelines. You have the smell test.
Okay.
And you have Ask Emma.
Okay.
And also you get to choose as our guest if you go first or second.
Ooh. Let's go wild. I'll go first.
You go first. Okay, here's the first clue.
I think that is the bad. Usually it's the bad one to do, but then they've also been easier lately. But usually,
What's the bad?
I was usually going first is the worst choice.
Well, Mitch, I already said it.
I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know.
Maybe you'll be able to get it. All right,
Maybe
here
I'll
we
be
go.
able to get it though. Let's just see.
That's the advantage. You get first crack at it, although it is the toughest of the clues. Here's the clue.
Okay.
This fruit pie dates to the 16th century when it was served by Queen Elizabeth I, the ancestor of disgraced pervert Prince Andrew.
16th century pie. Let's do. Okay, what's like a perverty British pie? I mean, I guess the disgraced pervert happened a long time ago, so I don't have to think about that.
Yeah, more just an additional bit of trivia.
Yeah, just fun.
Yeah.
That's for fun.
That's for fun.
But you know. All right, so a 16th century.
16th century served by Queen Elizabeth I. The fruit pie.
The fruit pie. Let us say, what is a blueberry?
It's not blueberry pie. Mitch, you get the next clue.
Mm.
And remember, you have
Even
2
me.
lifelines. You have the smell test and you have Ask Emma.
And you can just like draw on the lifeline any
Yeah,
round?
you can evoke that at any point.
Oh, well,
it's like Millionaire.
Oh, well, all right.
I should come up with something better than lifeline. I'll think of it. Anyway, okay, Mitch, here's your clue. This sweet pie is so delectable, you might need a warrant, such as was served to Epstein associate Prince Andrew.
Say it again.
This sweet pie is so delectable, you might need a warrant, such as was served to Epstein associate
Oh my
Prince
gosh,
Andrew.
I have a guess.
I know it. I got it.
Oh, you know it?
Yeah.
Should have gone second. Oh, what is it? You know it? You know it?
Do you know it or no?
I don't know it. I just had a guess.
I think Mitch might know it.
Oh,
She's my cherry pie.
it's cherry.
That's right. The song sung by Warrant, and although cherry pie is associated with America, it originated in the UK. Cherry pie, Mitch, you have won Pie in the Sky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which normally you would get the pie, but I don't want to drop it off at your place. So
Why not?
Dang. Can I get
I
your
live like
pie?
5 minutes away. Drop it
Leland
off.
can have the pie.
What
It's
the
not-
hell?
It's not very exciting though. It's just like a hostess pie.
That's fine by me.
Okay, great. I'll hand that over. Hold on.
This is so fucked.
This is what happens when you're sick, Mitch.
This is fucked.
You win, but you don't win. This rocks.
It's somewhere in here. All right. Hey, that was Pie in the Sky.
You can have Weiger's backpack pie. No, thank you.
Just like a restaurant about your feedback. Let's open up the feedback.
Sour grapes, said the fox. Or should I say sour cherries?
This is fucked. You don't even like food, for God's sakes.
Here it is.
I do now.
There you go.
Right.
Congratulations.
Look at
Very
her pretending
excited.
to like food.
I'm excited.
All right. Today's feedback email is from Emily M. Emily writes, "Greetings from London. I'm an LA native, another SoCal surfer girl who doesn't surf, but I've lived abroad for years. Love the podcast because 1, you're both awesome. Wrong. 2, and it gives me a little bit of a hint of LA no matter where in the world I am. Living abroad is great, but I definitely miss some of the food from home. My question for you is, if you lived abroad and could pick up one restaurant from home and drop it where you live, what would it be? Mine is Don Antonio's, but especially from 10 years ago when they still had a $1 taco night. Now, I wonder if Emily M means the Don Antonio's on the west side of LA, which is like a sit-down restaurant that has a really like cool interior. It has like kind of like a cave room that's kind of crystalline and has like mermaids and shit and has, good margaritas and just classic sort of Mexican
cool as hell.
restaurant favorites. Yeah, it's a great spot. I wonder if that's what Emily means. But Lilan, I not a food fan, as we've established. Don't necessarily have a favorite restaurant from home. But if you were in that situation, let's say like, hey, I got cast in this thing that shoots, in Paris for a year, but I can move one restaurant that's a favorite that'll offer some comfort food. Like, what might that be?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm trying to think in the chain category.
Could be chain or otherwise, though. Don Antonio's not a chain.
Oh, well, hey, I'll move Pine and Crane.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's good.
That sausage with the garlic and the Dan noodles. Oh yeah. All right, I'll do that.
Great
one.
choice.
It's
great
Well,
great
you really
cheese.
should try Pine and Crane.
I'll try it. You've convinced me.
Get it tonight.
Maybe I
Get
will.
it tonight.
I might.
They're closed on Tuesdays, just so you know. It's not Tuesday, but
Right.
I think it's
Not Tuesday as of this record.
Yeah, as
Or
of
release.
this record or release.
What day is it? No one knows. The listener has no idea. It's Friday.
Well, we're recording on Friday. This is coming out on
recording
Thursday.
on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm sick. I'm gonna stay in all weekend. It fucking sucks. Anyway,
What else were you gonna do?
I was gonna stay in all weekend.
Yeah, you're gonna run a 10K or something.
Well, how do you know? Maybe I would have. Maybe it would have been my first fucking 10K.
We could do that for the podcast.
No. Says it's gonna be 10 cakes. How about that?
We could do that too.
Oh.
Mitch, you're here in LA. You live in LA part of the time now. You're home in
Wags?
Quincy, Massachusetts a lot. But like let's say you could have some
You're one
Quincy
step ahead
favorite
of me.
spot, some Boston favorite spot in LA year round, what would it be? And maybe vice versa.
You're one step ahead of me. That I'm gonna go bi-coastal here. I'm gonna give you a breakdown of what I do.
Wow.
If I'm anywhere else in the world, including in Los Angeles, because look, sadly, like the things that I would love to like, I'm like, well, I'll always have like McDonald's and Wendy's that will be like available, like that's
Sure.
what I'm thinking of. But honestly, of course, I think for the West Coast, I'd want Regina. I'd want that original Regina.
Yeah.
Pizzeria Regina. And that would be anywhere else in the world. If I could just always have that available just as an option, I would always want that. And then if you go the other way, if I'm leaving LA, and is it a restaurant or like just one? It's a restaurant.
I mean, whatever
Damn.
you want is up for grabs. If it's a regional chain,
food place.
yeah. If it's a one-off, if it's a stand, a truck.
This is tricky because it's you're
A
gonna laugh
truck.
at one of my answers, but I think Cactus Taqueria is maybe one of my choices.
Good taqueria.
And the other one that I'm balancing it with is like the chain version of it is Paquito Mas, because I'm just like, oh, that's fucking
Could do a lot worse
great.
than Paquito Mas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, In-N-Out Burger's great too. I'm just trying to think of like shit. You know what? I'm gonna go Cactus Taqueria. That's my answer. Because I just don't think that you can get, besides San Diego or whatever, you can't get a burrito like that anywhere else. Cactus.
In a lot of the country you can, but imagining like where you might be relocating towards, so that, like if you were like in the East Coast, then
Hold
yeah, it might
on
be better
a
than a lot of the
second.
other
Yes.
options there.
But in a lot of the country, you can't get a burrito like Cactus. If Cactus is like knocking out of the park, it's like I said, San Diego, LA, San Fran, and San Fran is the mission style burrito. So
You can get a lot good Mexican food in a lot of the Southwest. I don't know.
as good as
yeah.
Cactus.
I think you're overselling Cactus a little bit. Cactus is good.
I don't think you've had Cactus at its greatest. Cactus is great.
I've had Cactus plenty. Cactus is good. I like Cactus.
I question if you've had a Cactus at all now.
I've had Cactus.
I don't know. Well, what's
Had
your
Cactus.
fucking answer, Hotshot? What the fuck are you gonna do?
I've lived in LA County my entire life, so
Yeah,
I guess
you know.
I wish the Jersey Mike's that is like 15 minutes away was like 5 minutes away.
Jesus Christ.
So I could walk to the Jersey Mike's.
And,
a
no,
little
if you
easier.
had to move somewhere else, what restaurant do you move?
I think
I mean,
the
like
answer.
in my head, I was like, Jitlada, I think is like one of the best restaurants in the world.
Yeah, I mean that like gelato fucking rules. I think that the thing that I would probably be missing in much of the world would be good Mexican food. I do think you can get a good burger a lot of different places.
Then what the hell's wrong with Cactus? Great answer.
It's a fine answer. Yeah.
Insane. So what? In-N-Out Burger? I thought you'd just be In-N-Out Burger.
Among chains would be In-N-Out Burger and perhaps like a Del Taco. Just because I used to have a specific fandom for Del Taco, although Taco Bell is in a similar category. But in terms of one-off restaurants, I'd have to think a little bit. But yeah, I'd probably bring a Mexican restaurant. You know, a place like Gilbert's El Indio, which is just like you can just sort of sit down, classic vibe, cash only. You know, like strong margaritas and just a bunch of different classics, and it's also just got like a really cool like energy in there. I mean, like that's the kind of place that I think of like, oh, I could just go there and hang out for a second. And, you know, get something that reminds me of home. Although there are, you know, whatever, there are plenty of good Mexican restaurants and taquerias that you could find in the city, obviously. But that's what I think of. I don't know.
I think
fucking know.
Great answer.
It's a fine answer.
Javier Bardem just nerfed the guy from Office Space.
Which guy?
You know who he is, and I know his name too, so I feel...
What?
I forgot about this. I forgot the guy from Office Space was in
I'm finding it
No
right
Country
now.
for Old Men.
But man, he fucked him up bad.
Emma, do you have is there a taste of home that you miss when you're not in Maine, when you're not in when you're not in New England?
Yeah. I mean, I love the seafood here, like homemade seafood. Just
sure.
like the local stuff. That's hard. It's not really a restaurant to transplant. There is a sandwich place here in Kennebunk. There's a couple of them around now, but the original's in Kennebunk called Bennett's Subs. And it's just like a classic sub shop, and they make the best sandwiches. And the one in Kennebunk is actually closed right now because they closed for the winter. So I wish if I could just open it for the winter, I'd do that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so much of it, the answer here is contingent on where you're living. Because obviously, like if you're living in London, I think Emily's answer is partly because she just doesn't have great Mexican food there.
For sure.
But, you know.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about it. If I'm like abroad in Taiwan, then that's dumb to bring a Taiwanese restaurant.
Yeah,
you're
sitting pretty.
You got to think about what's local.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that too, yeah.
Or like your hometown pizza spot, like that would be a good thing to just take anywhere with you, because like you can get pizza anywhere, but like your hometown pizza spot that's just like what you grew up with or whatever, something like that.
I want to change my answer to Mitch's, and I'm going to say Cactus.
All right, Cactus.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do you like Cactus, Lilan?
I mean, really, I just want to assuage your rage toward Nick. You're so upset at him that and he's already like approved it. It's just not to the level that you find acceptable.
Yeah.
So I want to help you out. I've never been.
Man, you're gonna go. You would love.
I'm willing to try.
I mean, you don't
Stephen
have to
Root,
go, but I think if you go, you'll have a good time.
Oh,
Stephen Root. Oh, right. Of course, it's Stephen.
I don't know how I
Root.
forgot his fucking name. He's great.
I've only seen No Country for Old Men once. Is there more that happens than Javier Bardem kills people? Like what I remember is just like one thing, one set piece where he's just killing people, and then at the end of the movie, he's done with killing people. Like I don't.
It's
remember.
It's a little bit of a mystery. The whole thing is kind of like it's a little bit of like a what's the name finds some money. I can't remember anyone's name is the other issue. What's his name who was in the Goonies finds money?
Josh Brolin.
Thank you.
Yeah, Josh Brolin. And you know, there's also just thematically, I feel like a lot of it is just Tommy Lee Jones's character, just the idea of an aging person feeling powerless and realizing that there's just, you know, forces that exist that they have.
Is this a common thing that has already been established? But like, I remember it came out the same time as No Country for Old Men, and I did not distinguish between the two for a very long time.
Wait,
no, sorry.
You said No Country for Old Men.
There will be blood.
Oh yes, yeah.
There will be blood.
Different movie.
They're
completely different.
They're very different.
But I shared this with somebody, and they're like, "Me too," and I was like, "Is that just the thing?" Like, there's a group of us out here that did not distinguish those as different movies. We saw them, and they were still one movie to us.
They're both titles that are kind of complete thoughts.
I think, maybe that's what happened.
And they're also kind of grim.
Yeah.
Like No Country for Old Men, There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
And kind of sun-dried. They're very I
think, you know why I think
out.
that people got this confused a lot is because in No Country for Old Men, there is blood. And There Will Be Blood is about a country for an old man.
Alanis.
Alanis.
Alanis. Here's something ironic too. This country is run by old men.
Thank you, Mitch. If you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants, you can email us at doughboyspodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 830-GO-DOUGH. That's 830-463-6844. To get the Doughboys Double Our Weekly bonus episode, you can join the Golden or Platinum Play Club at patreon.com/doughboys. And hey, if you want to chat with us live, check out Doughboys Snack Pack on Spotify Live. Hang out and chat with us every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Listen live on Spotify. Lilan Bowden, thank you so much for being here. What an absolute treat. Please come back on the pod.
So much fun.
Anything you would like to plug at this time?
You kind of got all those things. Shrinking, an Apple TV show, is coming out January 27th. Will it be released?
Yeah, this will be out by then.
I think it's really cool. It's got Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. I played Jason Segel's dead wife.
Very cool.
Yes, happy to be dead in this context. and Brewster High, very funny podcast. And I would love to plug self-care for everyone.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's a great thing to plug.
We don't do it enough. And doing nothing. I'd love to also plug doing nothing. I've discovered it a little bit this year. Great.
Yeah, you're in good company.
I discovered it a long time ago. I love it. And also self-care. This is a year for self-care. Wags, Javier Bardem just drove by Wendy's too in this, so he's even more likely than I thought.
Wow.
Do you have that weird, what is that, the weird pressurized gun in your fucking backpack?
It's next to the pie.
That is now my pie.
Hey, that'll do it for this episode of Doughboys. Until next time, for the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell, I'm Nick Weiger. Happy eating!
See ya!
On the next Doughboys Double, it's Valentine's Day, which means it's time for Doughboys Love Week. Lovebirds Patrick Babbitt and Jackie DeRuthi become our new loves as we discuss a director we love, The Finchman, and review his classic romantic comedy, Gone Girl. Love Week, Gone Girl. Tuesday only at patreon.com/doughboys. Sources for the intro are in the episode description.
That was a Headgum podcast.